Here is the continuation of my report for the appropriate format of the questionnaire. For number 1, let us consider the number of questions consecutively throughout the questionnaire without any repetitions or omissions. Having a unique number for each question avoids confusion in coding responses. For number 2, differentiate questions from answer categories by using regular type for the questions and uppercase letters for the answers. Put any specific directions for responding inside parentheses and in lowercase. For example, we have here, do you favor setting standard in basic skills as requirement for high school graduation? And let us analyze. For number 3, we are going to consider the use of numbers to identify the various response categories. The numbers assigned to the options represent a form of free coding that will facilitate processing the data. You can place a blank or box in front of the responses, or then ask the respondent to place an X or check mark in the space. And we have here an example for our questionnaire. What is the highest level of education that you have completed? Then, the participant will check 1 from the option below. So you have 7 options. For number 4, always remember be consistent in assigning numbers to the various answer categories. Always use the same number for the same answer throughout the questionnaire. It is conventional to assign low numbers to the negative responses and higher numbers to the positive responses. For example, we have here the option of number 1 is assigned to no and number 2 is assigned to yes. Whatever number scheme is chosen, use it throughout because it is confusing for the respondent to associate 1 with no in the first part of the questionnaire and then 1 associated with yes in another part. And number 5, the response categories should be arranged vertically rather than horizontally. The vertical arrangement makes the questionnaire appear less crowded and eliminates a common error or checking the space of the wrong side of the answer as might occur for the following. For number 6, use contingency question when not every question will be relevant to all respondents. What is a contingency question? It is one whose relevancy depends on the answer to a prior question. For example, in a survey designed to assess faculty interest in using computer-assisted testing, the following question might be used. Number 7, have the questionnaire reproduced by a high-quality printing method. Quality printing gives the questionnaire a more professional appearance and makes a more favorable impression on respondents. Simply, just make your questionnaire attractive and presentable. For number 8, keep the questionnaire as short as possible. We are done discussing the proper format of our research questionnaire. We are moving on with the recording of answers from our questionnaires. With the use of modern technology, we can record answers from the survey questionnaire fast and easy. When we use Google Forms in creating questionnaire, we can retrieve the respondent's answer in no time. The data will be saved automatically to the Google spreadsheet. Field testing. The researcher must field test the instrument to identify ambiguities, misunderstandings, or other inadequacies before the final printing of the questionnaire. It is a good idea to ask colleagues who are familiar with the study to examine a draft of the questionnaire and give their opinions on whether the instrument will obtain the desired data and whether they see any problems that may have been overlooked. The results of field tests can be used to clarify the items or perhaps to eliminate some. It is especially important to determine whether the questions will operate equally well for the different social classes and ethnic groups of the population to be studied.